I just think back to like every moment of me being like, dang, I can't wait to like do something like that. The more emotion that I have is just being like, wow, we made it to this point. Like, this is great.
I feel like I'm fasting, waiting my bread and take lag. And lately I grab on my lady.
Yo, what's good, everybody? J-Ping here, checking in, respectmyregion.com. Another episode of RMR YouTube TV. Today, we're coming in hot, man. Catalyst Dispensary and Lounge, Hawthorne, California. I'm sitting here with one of Seattle's hottest rising artists, Yonny, in the building. How we doing, my man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I appreciate you pulling up. How crazy is it that we're sitting here in LA out of Seattle doing music shit?
I felt that the
Right?
whole drive over here. I was just thinking how funny it is that we've got this far.
For someone like me who's been doing it, you know, I'm 34 now, I'm getting a little older, and I can think about what I was doing in 2015, the
Right.
concerts I was going to in 2014, 2013, and the generation of artists and rappers in
Right.
Seattle. And then I watch these artists from the town, and some of them get on No Jumper. Some of them go do these other podcasts and shit, and they talk about Seattle. And I feel like they don't got the same friend groups that we've had. They're not really at some of the same concerts. They're not always in the same grind or culture. You know, starting today, I want to talk about your project. I want to talk about some of the work that you got going on.
Right.
Talk about some of the music you've released, the rise. And so first and foremost, I appreciate you being here. Big
Man,
shout out to our
thank
sponsors
you.
here, Catalyst as well. Talk to me a little bit about what it's been like, you know, a part of Free Lunch, a part of Warner Records, and just some of the last, 5-6 months of what you've been doing in music and what you've been doing here in LA.
Yeah. About last 5 to 6 months, I came down here, like officially moving here back in like January. So a little bit after making that trip, everything with like Free Lunch and Warner kind of came together at once, which was, I mean, crazy in and of itself. You know, you don't make leaps like that expecting life-changing shit. We've just been in this mode right now where we just brought on this whole new team of people that, you know, is way bigger than anything we've ever worked with before. You know, it's always been like this small group of people making this, you know, these passion projects of ours. So it's like getting used to that and like introducing my people to the people at the label and getting those friendships and relationships made and everything. So that's been its own like journey, but also just like getting back to making music again, because I kind of look at it like there's phases of, you know, you make the stuff, you get it ready to be released, and then you're in that release mode. And it's like, it feels like we're finally back in, like we were back in making stuff. Now it's kind of getting to that other side of it where we're getting ready to put stuff out again. And it's like with this new exciting partner as well. So
Has adapting to this different structure been different or challenging to some degree?
oh yeah,
Just learning how to go after this different model, if so to speak.
yeah, I mean, you know, in a good and a bad way, you know, there's like more people you gotta, you know, run things by, or like, you know, there's more opinions that are involved, but not in a way where it's like, you know, detrimental to anything. It's just like more
Yeah.
people on the team now, and it's like you want to hear everybody's thoughts on things, but it's like finding that balance, I think, is for sure the key. But you know, like everything, it's got its ups and its downs, but like it's
Yeah.
exciting at the end of the day.
Now, we were talking offline a little bit about cannabis. I'm sitting here smoking the weed from one of our sponsors. Big shout out to Top Shelf Cultivation.
Yeah.
Some indoor grown weed out of Long Beach, Yonny. But you're not as big into cannabis in terms of it being fully integrated into your lifestyle. Maybe necessarily compared to other artists as well,
Right.
right? Where it's an
Yeah.
all the time thing, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk to the people a little bit about your creative process, how and what you do to get in the zone?
Yeah.
Some of the things that might be necessary for you to be performing at the highest level like
Yeah.
you do when you're in the studio?
It kind of ranges, like, you know how athletes will have like the flow state or whatever, where they can like, they hit and they're not missing. I kind of think that like creative people have that same thing where, I mean, I think anybody really can enter that kind of mode where they just are locked in on what they're doing.
Yeah.
But for me, it really is, I just have these moments of like high inspiration, and I really try to like use all of that at once as possible. I'm definitely big on like not wanting to force something. I always feel like once you start doing that, it just decreases the value of what you're working on. But it just varies, bro. I mean, when I used to work a job, a lot of the last album, a lot of that was made, like the ideas for verses and choruses were made while I was like on break at work, bro. I'd go on break, get in the whip, just start going on GarageBand on my phone and just trying to get all my inspiration that I got while I'm not working like a 9 to 5 or something, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, because the 9 to 5 and all, just general hustle, grind, taking care, it could be family, it could be work, whatever it is, it just takes energy,
Yeah.
right? and that can be sometimes detracting from the art. Do you feel like, you know, or better question, do you have a process to help keep you in that zone? Is there something that you do maybe in your health life or something along those lines to keep you primed and ready to go and to continue being consistent in the studio and on the music?
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of it is going outside. I think traveling for me is really big, but just kind of getting outside of my room or wherever I'm at and just seeing the world. Like I take a lot of inspiration just seeing people outside and like having the interactions with people, or, you know, you just got to live life first before you start just making, you know, music that you want to like mean something. You know what I mean? So that's usually it for me. Like I'm an active person. Like I love sports and everything. So like I'll go out and play basketball or whatnot and stuff. But it really comes from a lot of different places. I try to find inspo in like everything I could do, because it's just like I feel like it's boundless that way, and you're not like boxing yourself in or nothing.
Yeah. And I feel like the hoop runs in Seattle should probably inspire some competition.
Yeah, bro. We a basketball city.
Out there, for sure.
We're a basketball city, man. For real.
Now I want to take a moment to really highlight Seattle as a whole, the Pacific Northwest culture.
Right.
You know, Respect My Region is representative of the PNW. That's why we do it. We call it Respect My Region because of our love for that region as a whole.
Right.
Not for the South. We got love for the South, but this isn't for the South or the East Coast or even the West Coast. This is that PNW life. What makes the Pacific Northwest special to you? Obviously, it's your home, but what are some of the things that you find that you appreciate now after traveling and experiencing other places?
Man, it's funny. I've been talking about that exact like question with a lot with my friends and everything back home. But I mean, everybody's gonna love where they're from. I think I definitely took just like even like the state of Washington for granted in terms of what it has to offer on like the nature side. Like, man, I didn't realize how much I love the trees we got until you don't see them everywhere
that's
all the time. And
here for sure, City.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, like the palm trees are beautiful, bro, but it's like it's different for sure.
Brown, not green.
Brown, yeah, exactly. It's brown rather than green. It's a whole lot of, you know, visual differences and everything. But I'd say, I don't know, whenever I go back home, I always feel like my creativity gets re-sparked again because, man, honestly, it's hard to explain why even. It got to be some subconscious like
the air.
thing. The air also is a great plus. You land at SeaTac, you go outside and you're like, dang.
Wow, I'm high just
back
off
home.
of literally breathing fresh air.
For real.
Real.
Absolutely.
It cleanses it. No, I think what you're saying is something that hits home for a lot of people up there.
Yeah.
I'm not born and raised there, but I would say that I'm raised there. Who I am and what I've become is definitely a product and result of people from Seattle, from the Pacific Northwest, Spokane, Ellensburg, Renton, and Kent, where I went to elementary, middle school, and high school, junior high, all that shit. All of these different areas bring a unique culture. I mean, but people don't know about Seattle. We have huge businesses and brands that are from there. And stuff like Capitol Hill Block Party can be sponsored by those groups. Amazon sometimes does stuff for music artists, and even our burger chain up there has participated in stuff in the past, right? Dick's, for example, right? There's all kinds of cool music collaborations.
Right.
Your product or your project, the deluxe version, Everywhere But Always. Can we talk a little bit about the decision to do a deluxe version? Kind of what went into that, and what's your favorite? What's your favorite banger on that? You know what I mean? Which one is like, yo, you got to listen to this one first? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, so a lot of those songs that were on the deluxe that's gonna be coming out, they were made pretty much right after we put Everywhere But Always out. And there was this time where we were like, okay, cool, it's time to get back into making stuff again. And at that point, I was still working a job and everything. It was like a month or two after it coming out. So those songs were like where I was at immediately in that moment. And at this point, we were having these conversations with a couple different like labels and everything, but it's like nothing was really landing. And we were taking trips to places and having conversations that led to nothing. And there was like a point where it was like, damn, like where do we go from here kind of thing. It was like, it was a little scary at first, but it's like I was able to find a way to kind of express myself through the songs. So those were the inspirations behind those that were on, or that are gonna be on the deluxe. My favorite on there, it's tough because it's an easy answer to say that they're all my favorite, but I think there's a song on there called I Am that I think very much, it's almost like I'm introducing myself again after everything that happened with the last project. and like the unexpected amount of like notoriety that it got.
Yeah.
So
a different view into a different chapter.
yeah, absolutely.
Right. A different view into all of that.
Absolutely.
And some of those changes. I think that's great. I mean, when you have a project that you don't have expectations for necessarily beyond, I know it's going to be great. Who people listen to, they're going to fuck with it if they fuck with it.
Right.
In my eyes, it's fuck you if you don't. In my world, but to do over 3 million streams and to have some of the songs really pop off,
Yeah.
you know. I only got to LA because I woke up Christmas Day with a viral video. It wasn't even mine.
It's crazy.
How did that? Which is crazy in its own right, right? What did it feel like for you? How did you feel when you saw some of those things started going and getting traction, and then what was that like with you and your homies?
Man, like at that point, I was not really posting on like Instagram or TikTok as much as I probably should have for like the previous project before that.
Yeah.
And that was when I decided to really give it a go and like utilize the tools that I have. And it was just a constant grind of just doing it every day and not caring about what the numbers would say. It was just about like the consistency thing.
It's like working out.
Literally,
You're not going to see it until you see it.
Exactly, until it happens, and all of a sudden you're like, oh dang, I made some progress. But bro, I was getting off work, going home, immediately I was like, all right, what can I post right now? Dude, make something in like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, those challenges are good.
Absolutely, yeah, bro. And it's like one day, honestly, it wasn't even instant. Like there were so many videos that were slowly starting to pick up every other day. Like the days would go, and it was like all of a sudden they were kind of going like the algorithm. They were getting caught by the algorithm.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 or 4 videos at the same time that were kind of hitting. So it was like
a pocket.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I don't know. I just remember seeing it hit 100,000 at one point, like one of the videos, and I was just like, "What the hell?" Like I've never seen that in my life. It's a lot of zeros.
It's exhilarating, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and it's kind of affirmating in a rewarding way because you do all this without expectations, and then finally strangers see it, and it's like, does it matter if it's Seattle? Does it matter if it's from wherever?
Yeah.
Like 100,000 views is humans.
100,000 views, right?
You know, and we're not farming bots. When we're coming up, we're not like paying for streaming things or whatever it is, right? Yeah. And so it comes down to like that consistent work that you were putting in and finally having that happen. But how long were you doing that before it started working?
Bro, it probably...
How long were you putting in that grind?
Honestly, man, it was like maybe 3 weeks. Like it honestly didn't take as long as I thought it would have. I've always been into like making videos and stuff. So I kind of tapped into that side of it of like just making little videos. Like I grew up watching like Vine and shit. So I knew how to make like a quick video that was like, engaging and everything. And I just kind of utilized that. But yeah, it all just started to hit. But the crazy part was that it was translating so well to like Spotify and everything. Like that was the part that was kind of crazy because usually that's not the case as much. It's like, you'll follow somebody on Instagram, but you're not gonna go through all the links and everything that you gotta do.
Which channel was the one that was doing it the most, or what was the one that blew it up to 100K first? Was it Instagram? Was it TikTok?
It was Instagram, yeah. Mostly Instagram, bro. Like all of my like really big videos were on Instagram.
That's great.
For like City Emotion.
And they say it's dead and difficult and this or that.
Surely not.
Get
bro, you can go on
here.
Reels and you'll see a new artist that's got 1 million likes and you've never heard of him before.
Absolutely. The discovery on there is huge. And let's take a moment to shout out our next sponsor. Big shout out to the 2 sponsors we have, our host Catalyst. Big shout out to Top Shelf Cultivation here for the flower. And our third sponsor and guest here today, we've got Drink Black Market here in the middle. This really beautiful rum style bottle, you guys. Be sure to check it out, drinkblackmarket.com. Only 83 milligrams of hemp THC in that bottle. Something great to chill with and listen to music. Let's talk about making some of the music. Let's talk about who you worked with. I saw Sango.
Yes, Sango, man.
What's that been like for you? What have you learned? What's been some of your favorite moments with that kind of collaboration for you?
Yeah, I mean, we recently just went down to Michigan, Grand Rapids. That's where he be at. He's like both Seattle and Michigan. Like he represents both. So we got to go down there, shoot some video stuff with him because we got a song together for this Deluxe. And I mean, he really is like a big bro type of character now at this point. I remember we've had like a lot of long phone calls and I just was asking him questions about stuff and like, he's done a whole lot of things, but you wouldn't know based off of his personality because he's a real like humble dude and just chill. Like he just loves to have a convo and that's been like great to have somebody like that, especially on the level that he's at because, in my little time that I've been doing music, there's a lot of people that you're gonna meet that are, musicians and creative people. Naturally, you're gonna want to have a big head in this type of place because it's like that's what gets you far. So seeing somebody like that was really refreshing. And
That's cool.
It was really cool.
And it is. I feel like it is refreshing to hear some of that feedback be given and shared. I also feel like that's becoming more and more common as, not to say the older generation, like Sango, so much older or whatever, but just to have these all these different generations being able to provide that game and sharing it on social media more often or getting on podcasts and things like that. I feel like that is just more resources, more perspectives, that experience that can kind of share. From a Seattle music standpoint, and working on these projects, are there other artists on there that really represent the town or that you want to help give a little bit of light to? I saw Oblé Reed on one of the projects. We've been fucking with his music for quite some time.
Yeah, I think that song was on Linden Ave on his project. Yeah, we did that a while ago. He sent me that song and I didn't reply, and then I just sent him the verse after, and he was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to use it.
All right, guys, big shout out to Catalyst Dispensary Consumption Lounge here in Hawthorne for allowing us to do our podcast here and to interview these artists. Weed for the People extends all the way through the deals, the brands, and of course here in the lounge. Buy a joint, spark up. Buy a beverage, come drink it and hang out. All of the bongs and dab rigs and papers and all of that stuff is all free to use. So be sure to come pull up to the Catalyst Hawthorne Dispensary Lounge 3 to 9 o'clock every Thursday through Sunday. Really appreciate them. Big shout out to Catalyst. Check them out online. Love you guys. Peace.
There's artists that build their careers through collaboration. There's artists that build careers by going all over the place and getting in the studio and working and building fan base and CDs was the grind, and now it's streams and downloads and all that shit, right? And that's one way to do it, right?
Yeah.
And it still can work, and it can take time and over hustle. There's nothing wrong with that. But you talk about not collaborating so much with other people. Who are those dream collabs? If you could do some potential, maybe all-time Seattle greats, it could be bands, it could be rappers, whatever it is, because we got some legends in both worlds, right?
Absolutely,
quite a bit. But then also, too, what about all-time? So hit me with 2 potential hypothetical all-time great Seattle collabs, and then hit me with 2, like, who would be the all-time, like, any music artist, dead or alive?
Man, for me personally, I think it'd be so crazy if I could have met Jimi Hendrix and be able to do some kind of, I don't even know what, but I don't know, for me, that guy is like
a 17-minute jam song with also other crazy shit happening.
Yeah, like I'm just going off or something, or I don't know. I just think that would be such a beautiful thing for me. Like I love, my taste goes all over the place a little bit because like I love Nirvana and like Foo Fighters like I love Foo Fighters. Like that's like one of my favorite bands. Out from Seattle. But I mean, on the rap side, it's like, we got a lot of like OGs that never really made the mainstream. Like we got like Gifted Gab was somebody that I knew about a while ago that I was super into. It kind of stretches all over the city. Like, on the south end, we got like a lot of great rappers coming out from there, and also on the north side with, like up kind of where I'm from. Yeah. That area. But yeah, okay,
there's these regional pockets for sure.
It's crazy, bro.
CD,
like genuine.
South End, Renton, Kent, anything around Auburn, Fedway, all has their own pockets.
Burien, you got Travis over in Burien.
Facts. Tacoma has its own massive pocket. Always will have a pocket out there.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then all over the place, Spokane has always had its own scene. And then even down towards Olympia, they've been doing concerts and shit for a while. So it's like, it's dope to be able to see somebody excel through the local scene, and then also to get on this national scene. What do you kind of have coming up performance-wise? Is there anything on the immediate horizon or coming up the next couple months?
Yeah, we're actually working on this 1-year anniversary show for the last project, Everywhere But Always. But we're planning on doing like a full live rendition of it. Like kind of jazzy, kind of just very much different than what the original, would sound like, the tracks and everything. Yeah. That's what we're planning out for September 13th. We're planning on getting
coming up.
Yeah,
very soon. Like where's that going to be at?
So my homeboy Matthew Rigg just started up. It's funny. It's like his furniture brand, Business Haven. But at the back of the store, there's like this whole room, this huge room that he also has.
Some underground shit.
Yeah. So it's going to be back there. It's going to be legal. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get it all figured out and everything. But it's very much like, it's in University District. Like it's very much central for like where I'm from and downtown and everything. So it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited.
It sounds gonna be dope. Those are the kinds of shit that I used to go to, man. My 20s was active. I'd go to all kinds of different venues. The Baltic Room in Cap Hill,
Yeah.
EDM shits, and then you'd hit some like underground shit down in the Soto area and all that. What are some of your favorite things to do out there when you go back home? Is it food? Is it going out to eat? Are you just cooling at the house?
Yeah.
Is it just studio grind time? What do you do when you actually go back home?
Man, it's definitely changed for me now. I definitely enjoy like the smaller things a lot more. Like ever since they put that dang light rail, I take that everywhere.
That's fire.
I'm going everywhere, just walking around. Like I think I spend more time just walking around the city now than before. Kind of just taking it in because it's just like
Because you're going back to take it back in.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
So it's like walking around downtown or going around Cap Hill, chilling at Cal Anderson for a little bit. Because Cal Anderson's always rocking at any point of the night. It don't matter what's going on. So yeah, it's stuff like that. It's nothing crazy.
You performed there at the Sounders FC game. I was a big Sounders fan for years.
Man, that
loved
was
to drink beer and walk around and yell shit. It was so much fun.
It was an insane opportunity. That whole thing was wild with the Sounders and home team.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
You met the kid. Let's go, man.
Genuinely had no clue. I remember when they first brought up the idea of doing this collab. It was like I thought it was just gonna be a photo shoot, and they wanted to use City in Motion for like an Instagram video, and it just kept gradually getting bigger and bigger to the point where they ended up using the song as like damn near the campaign title and everything.
Fire.
And then the shit with Ken Griffey and the Space Needle was like the icing on top. Shout out my homegirl Courtney Carter, by the way. She was such an instrumental person in setting it up. And my boy Rob from Warner, formerly Warner. Now he's at the NFL doing his dream. So
let's go.
It's fire.
I love that. And then I've got some notes here. Big shout out to Warner Records for helping us with the show here today as well.
Absolutely.
And the entire team, Alan Hoff behind the show.
Yeah.
And then our last sponsor here, Drink Triple over there. Guys, seltzers, 3 milligram THC seltzers. They slap. They don't get you super high. It's a micro dose. He's got it there in his hand. We've got a variety of products, a variety of sponsors, and they all come together to provide this platform for music. Everybody loves music. And it was Seattle that gave us this dream. It was the culture of going to those concerts, smoking weed outside, the Crocodile,
you could do it.
Numos, because you could do it in a
it.
safe space, right? Big shout out to the Paramount and Showbox and all the Studio 7 back in the day and all these places, man. There was so much culture and history there. But we fast forward back to you, and you've been on the Ebro Show, on the Radar Radio, performances at Wonderfront Fest, Cap Hill Block Party in 2023, and Travis Thompson, which had and is still on a really strong run musically, representing the town, Seattle, Burien, White Center, all this shit, right? All of West Seattle. And what was it been like first for you to go on the Ebro Show? Were you nervous representing the city, or what is it like for you going to these places and having that kind of pressure, if at all?
Dude, I mean, it's honestly, it never really feels pressure like, oh man, I'm on this big thing. It's more so I just think back to like every moment of me being like, dang, I can't wait to like do something like that. And that's kind of the more emotion that I have, is just being like, wow, we made it to this point. Like, this is great.
Yeah, now it's your time to kill it, and you just gotta go
just do it. All the nights of like staying up late, just pretending to like answer interview questions or pretending to perform to like a billion people or something, those prepared you for those real life moments and everything. So
shit, man, my football coach, shout out Cameron Trasko, they used to say visualize the wins, visualize you doing it. And I feel like even before I do these episodes, I try to at least get through it and visualize that success. But I don't know that I could do an on the radar freestyle. I don't think I could get up on camera and crush a freestyle, bro.
Man, I mean, those are harder than it looks too, especially when you're doing it like live and not not just like doing it behind the recording. Hey, them cameras is right over there in New York. But what they got going on over there also is so fire. Like seeing how they set it up and everything is crazy.
We'll be working to get towards that. So everybody that watches these interviews, that is our goal, is to have this kind of content here and be able to have some form of performance level thing, whether it's sitting down or standing up, or both. We don't know yet, but we're going to work to get to that point. So make sure you guys come back around. Performing at festivals, though, I can tell you this. I have volunteered to do special effects at multiple electronic music shows, 25, 30,000. And you're blowing the confetti for all those people. The drops and then blah, 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 craziness. What is it like being the person on stage controlling that, Yonny?
I mean, I don't think I've had the opportunity yet to have all the cool smoke and confetti come out, but I mean,
Soon though, soon.
like, yeah, I mean, just being on stage in general, bro, like, I've gone a long way from when I first started. I still remember the first time. You know that Rainier building in Soto? Yeah, I did my first real performance with my homeboy
With
TK.
the alleyway and the cool
Yeah.
mural outside, yeah.
Yeah. It was my homeboy TK. He put me on there. I did a verse with him on a song we had. And I remember how shook I was on stage, just like not moving or whatever, just trying to remember the lyrics and
Yeah.
everything. And then fast forward to now, and it's like I get on stage and it kind of like switches, like you kind of just lock in.
Just locking back in that mode. Do you is there what about the Travis Thompson performance and things like that? Is it just up there with the homies? Do you have what kind of relationship
Man, I
do
mean,
you
with
guys
Travis, dude, our relationship was so like, because it started over just me hitting him on. I think the first time I had seen him was at my friend Vinny. Vinny, where you at? He had a show in Numos, and Travis was there. I think with his girl at the time. And I saw him, and I had known him already, and I was just like, "Yo, bro, what's good? My name's Yonny." I think I'm pretty sure when I met him, actually, I was like, "Hey, bro, like I'm a really big fan, but you know, we got to get on a song, bro. I'm trying to like cook you low key." I'm pretty sure that's the first thing I told him. I don't remember Travis. I ain't gonna lie. But since then, it's just been like somebody that I could talk to that has been through it and like has done all the cool things so far. And obviously he's got more to do and everything, but just having that outlet of somebody to be able, you see these guys and you look up to them, especially in Seattle, there not being that many. So it's like being able to like make your way. And it's not a huge city, you put in the work, you can meet these people at some point.
Yeah.
It's like him just being so cool, it's like you meet them and they're like good people. It's not like, unexpected or whatever.
I saw, in addition to the Deluxe EP announcement, Jumbo Jet.
Yeah.
What's going on with that project?
So Jumbo Jet is the song with Sango.
Okay,
That's the song
that's
that
the
me
song
and
with
Sango got together.
Okay.
And we shot a video for. That one is, I'm very excited about it. That was probably, I think that might have been the first thing I made after Everywhere But Always came out. And it was just literally like an audio capsule of where my brain was at that point in time. So yeah, super excited about that.
Yonny, we've covered a lot today. We've covered your music.
Yeah.
We've covered your story. We've covered Seattle. We've covered some of my favorite things and yours.
Yes.
I got high. I don't know if you got secondhand high, but I appreciate
think I'm high
you.
off of positivity
I
right
appreciate
now. I
you
ain't
joining,
gonna-
man. It's cool because we're out here. Like I said, a lot of RMR was built on me and countless other journalists and students writing about the music that we liked and the concerts that we were going to, and you and what you're doing is contributing to this next generation of fans that came after some of us.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate your hustle, your work, and the art that you're doing. I appreciate you coming here today. Big shout out to Catalyst, Hawthorne Dispensary and Lounge for hosting us today, and to all of our wonderful sponsors, Top Shelf Cultivation, Drink Black Market, and Drink Triple, 2 hemp THC beverages, and some fire flower grown indoors in Long Beach. For helping bring this to life. And big shout out to our video team as well. Warner Records putting it together. And Yonny, man, out here getting it in. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you.
Thank you, my boy. Appreciate it.
Everybody, this is Respect My Region TV. I'm Joey J. Ping. This is Yonny. And we're out here repping Seattle, the Northwest, and LA. And we will catch you next time. Love you guys.